guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So we are going to be continuing the mod overview series. If you guys saw the last one, I did a full overview of my entire interior, every single mod, every single thing that I've done to it over the last 5 years. And it's really nice to kind of give you guys an update of everything that I have done. There's not much that I plan on doing more to the interior other than the passenger Recaro. So that is pretty much done. For this video, we're going to be going over everything performance oriented. Now, this is just going to be drivetrain and actual power. I'm going to do a full suspension video separately as well. Obviously, you guys know I go into detail about everything. So if I really just start shoving as much as possible into one video, it gets to be too much. There's a lot of information and I'd rather break it down since a lot of people have questions just on my power, just on my suspension, just on the lights. So breaking this down even further into more videos, I think is going to be the best way to go about it. What we're actually going to be talking about in this video is everything that I have done performance oriented in terms of power. Everything that I've done in the engine and everything that makes it actually go. Before we start getting into the actual parts and everything on the car, I just want to mention the power and where it's sitting currently, since I know you guys are going to be interested in that right away. So right now it's at 340 horsepower with 352 foot-pounds of torque at 18 PSI, and I run 93 octane. Apologize for the car being a little dirty, but I have been driving it a lot, so I need to do a wash very soon. But we're going to start in the back right here and then kind of work our way forward since most of the stuff is up front. But out back, I am currently running a titanium Tomei catback exhaust. Love this thing. You guys know I went on a huge exhaust escapade, tried many different catbacks. And overall on my setup, this is my favorite sounding exhaust. Looks phenomenal, sounds amazing, and it's a really reasonably priced exhaust. Personally, I prefer the look of the quad tip, but overall the sound and the overall cost and quality of this thing is really nice. And honestly, I think it's the best bang for your buck. So now moving forward, we are talking about the exhaust. Might be hard to see, but I am running down there a Grimspeed limited catted downpipe. So this is, like I said, the limited version. So it has a bung right here up top for a wideband sensor. Highly recommend picking up the limited version so you're able to run a wideband. Definitely recommended when you're going for a custom dyno tune, especially so the tuners are able to monitor that. Plus, it's also something you need to monitor as well when you're driving at all times. And to finish up the exhaust, you can see right down there the white pipes. That is the Killer Bee Holy equal length headers. They're coated in Swain Tech for heat dissipation. Absolutely love these things. These things sound wild, and I'm really happy I decided to go equal length. And I guess I should mention it, I am also running a Grimspeed turbo heat shield as well. Underneath, you can't see in the heat shield, I'm running the gold thermal sticker as well to help with heat and keep the temperature down. So right up top right here, we have the Grimspeed thermal coated top mount intercooler. Love this thing. It is massive. It does a great job at doing what it is supposed to do. I'm also running the Grimspeed top mount intercooler hose kit as well. I am running the stock wide pipe underneath. In reality, I probably should have done the Grimspeed wide pipe as well, but overall, no regrets. It functions amazingly and does a great job at keeping the temps down. Right here is the Cobb LF bypass valve. It is a fully recirculating bypass valve. On the side right here, you guys can sort of see it. This is the Grimspeed electronic boost control solenoid. What this actually does is it allows the tuner to actually be able to control the boost. In the back here, I definitely recommend doing this as well if you're going for more power. This is the IAG Street V3 AOS. Highly recommend doing this. This is the best of the best. There is a competition version as well, but if you just use your car for the street and just for a fun driving daily driver, definitely recommend the V3 Street version. Underneath, can't see it, but I am running the Killer Bee oil pan kit. It is not the Super G, it is just the basic one. It is the oil pan, which holds 6 quarts of oil instead of the stock 5 quarts. It also has the Killer Bee baffle, as well as the stronger and much beefier oil pickup tube. Down in this location by cylinder 4, I'm running the Get a Dom cylinder 4 cooling mod. Definitely recommend doing this, no matter if you're equal length or unequal length, especially if you're stock unequal length or aftermarket unequal length, but definitely recommend doing it no matter what. And also underneath, can't see it, and it's hard to see a lot of this stuff, but this is not really performance oriented, but it is in the engine bay, and also does help with cooling, but it is the TBW under tray in gloss black. Really nice. It's made of metal, very strong. So it protects that oil pan, plus it has cooling features. There's vents on it, and it's actually a little bit smaller, so it allows much better cooling than the stock plastic one. And it's a really nice piece. Absolutely love this thing. Clearance is phenomenal. I have no issues. It also has doors for the oil filter as well as the oil drain plug, so you never need to remove it when you're doing your oil changes. Up front right here is another reliability mod that I definitely recommend doing for performance and keeping everything happy and healthy, is the Koyo Rad aluminum radiator. 100% recommend this thing. It's not that expensive. It's only like 300 bucks or so. Way nicer. It's got solid ends. You don't have to worry about anything exploding or breaking in the future. And also, this is just cosmetic, but it is really nice. This is the RK titanium radiator pipe. So I definitely recommend at least upgrading to a nicer hose, a much stronger hose. And if you can do it, definitely do the RK titanium one. So now we're going to move on to the actual fueling upgrades that I did to this car. Now that is what technically makes it stage 3, because after stage 1 plus, the stock injectors and the stock fuel system on the VA chassis is completely maxed out. So if you're going up to stage 2 plus with an intake, no bueno, it's going to run out of fuel. The car's going to run lean and you're going to have issues. So I definitely recommend upgrading all the fueling. So what I did is I did the Cobb fuel kit, which is a fuel pump, which is the AEM 340. Really nice pump, works very well. And then we're coming up here. You can see it right over here. This is the Cobb fuel pressure regulator. I'm also running all of the Cobb fuel lines as well. Kind of hard to see, but there's some floating around all over the place. You can see right here, it says Cobb. I'm running the Cobb fuel rails as well. And I'm also running their 1050X injectors. And we cannot forget the crown jewel of the entire engine bay. This is the Cobb Redline carbon fiber intake. This thing is amazing. Absolutely love this intake. It drops the IATs immensely, even from the normal Cobb SF intake. I saw a 10 to 15 degree drop when I installed this. Love this thing. Looks beautiful, and it really does perform very well. Right over here, Cobb access port. You're going to need that, obviously, to be able to tune your car. You can't just do a normal load of a tune if you're going to a dyno tune or a pro tune. Definitely recommend an access port so you're able to monitor the car, as well as your tuner can upload the map so you're able to switch to different maps if you want to. So I am running everything off a Cobb access port. Oh, geez, I almost forgot about this thing, but this is the compressive tuning shroud, radiator shroud. So as you can see over here, it has such much bigger holes, so it directs the air straight into the intake. I'm not running the little scoop right there. Since I'm running the lower class strut bar or brace bar up front, I wasn't able to fit it, but I'll be able to fit it in my future setup. So I'll be installing that at a later date. But for now, I just have the actual shroud right here, which looks really nice and definitely helps with the flow, especially with the larger grill up front. Goes right into the intake. Really nice piece. Now, this has nothing to do with performance, but I'm going to go over kind of the dress up in here because I know a lot of you are going to have questions. All the titanium bolts, all the titanium hardware, everything that you see in here except for the radiator pipe is all titanium works. So all the bolts up front, even underneath, I have some on the exhaust, all around the car, everywhere. I actually even have some on the, right there, on the access port vent mount, literally all over the car. Love this stuff. Everything is by Titanium Works. I forget how many bolts it ended up being, but I think it was close to 200 bolts. It's literally everything that you can possibly see. So I just wanted to mention that. All the carbon fiber pieces, the battery cover, as well as the power steering cover over there, both by Password JDM. The fuse box cover is by Revel GT. The fender shrouds, those are by Subi Speed. The alternator cover right here is by Cobb, obviously. The electronic boost control solenoid cover, obviously by Perrin. The caps are by Renegade Motorsports. The Perrin strut bar back there as well. And also, we cannot forget about this cool little piece right here. This is the Cobb overflow coolant tank. Love this thing. It gets rid of all those ugly, clear, yellow, gross bottles right here. And it cleans everything up. Looks really nice. And it moves it out of the way. I have videos on every single thing if you guys want to see me install it all. So yeah, that just about covers everything that I've done in terms of performance. It is a lot of fun. It's only at 18 PSI. Yes, I'm on my stock turbo. Yes, I'm on stock internals as well for now. But I just wanted to kind of document where I'm at right now, because last year at this point, I was only on stage 1+. Now we're at stage 3, hopefully in the near future, which I'm currently planning and kind of, working everything out and researching like crazy. Going fully built, doing a whole new setup. I'm going for much more power to kind of do this car justice. But yeah, that is where the car currently sits as of today. Absolutely love it. It is a fun daily driver setup. So if you're looking for a very reliable setup and not looking to go crazy and you want to do something but not go overboard, this is definitely an awesome setup. Now, if you are a 2019 plus and you have the Type RA block, you can definitely go for more power. But for where I am, I'm a 2017, so I have the older EJ block. I did not want to go over 350 horsepower since it would be pushing everything in the motor. Keep in mind, everything that I have in the car in terms of the performance modifications, I can definitely go for more power. I'm not limited by what's on the car currently. It definitely can hold way more. I'm limited by the internals. I'm limited by the actual motor. So I just kept it safe, kept it under 350. And I'll tell you what, I am so pleased with this setup. A lot of fun, very rowdy. It is plenty for the street. Honestly, you don't need much more than that. But us being car guys, of course, you always want to go for more in the long run. But honestly, I'm really content where it is right now. And there's really no need to go for more power other than just wanting to do it. So if you're looking for a very, very simple setup, I could not recommend it enough. Everything is bolt-on. You can do this right in the garage yourself. I could not recommend this setup enough. It is absolutely perfect for what this car needs. It honestly feels like how the STI should have felt like from the factory. But yeah, that's the power mods in my 2017 STI and where it currently sits. Again, a lot of fun, couldn't recommend it enough. But if you guys have any questions at all about the power, about the car, about anything, please let me know in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.